Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, 10-star KIZUNA Clash is on the horizon, and you guys know me, I love me some Marco teams. We love Marco. Yes, there's a new kid on the block named Momonosuke, who is also an EXP captain, but I know a lot of people probably missed out on that unit going for Gear 5 and whatnot, so I did put together some Marco teams for you guys to help build up your EXP when you are doing assists. Now remember, this is not a super boss, so you do want to try and preserve your potions, use the suicide strat, and remember, these teams are built for assists to not only build up your boxes to get the super evolution for SANJI and Judge, but also to build up EXP for your account. Remember, this video is subject to change because two reasons. One, I am a spoon, and sometimes I miss things, and two, sometimes the infographic, as you guys can see on screen, can be a little bit hit or miss. But huge shout out to the OPTC Twitter for the information provided. Make sure to go check them out. I will have Momo teams up as well as one team versus all, so make sure to wait to the end of the video so you guys can actually check out those. But if you guys enjoy the content, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button. With that said, let's dive in for some Marco teams. Alright, let's get the EXP. The first fight is against the Dex variation. Powerhouse shooters and strikers get the cooldowns, get all the good stuff. Stage 2, there's unfavorable orbs and defense up. And on the final stage, there's immunity for everything except for poison. Damage reduction over a certain amount for 5 turns, otherwise known as thresholds. 5 turns of paralysis, block orbs, and 1 turn of special reverse. After level 31, which you guys won't see that much with this not being a super boss, but this team should clear it, or these teams should clear it, as after level 31, you have to deal with a attack down under a chain multiplier of 2.5 for 5 turns, intimidation for a chain multiplier boost for 5 turns, for, 1 extra turn of paralysis, and an extra turn of threshold. If you use a chain locking special or a chain boundary, you are going to lose your top and middle row. They're going to get blown away for 10 turns. So the team looks a little bit like this on screen. We are running double Marco, and we have 5 fighters on the team, so that way we can get access to the super class. Now, ideally, you do want to have Luffy at level limit break 5 for this team to function the way it does. You bink the Luffy special on stage 2, he removes the defense up, he gives you an orb buff, you hit 3 perfects, and then you can actually carry over an orb buff into the final stage. On top of that, he gives you 3 turns of a chain boost. He's also a powerhouse unit, so he gets cooldowns here, and it works quite nicely. With the rally support, he can help out on the final stage as well. On the final stage, on stage 2, we're using the Smoothie special as well. She gives you 3 turns of a chain boundary, which works quite nicely, but you can actually use Queen. Now, if you don't have Luffy level in break 5, Queen will work. However, they do have a clash with hitting the perfects, so just be mindful of that. On the final stage, to get around the threshold, we have a combination of Bond Clay and KIZUNA Rare Recruit Krooby. Now, I do understand these guys are KIZUNA Rare Recruits. It's a little bit annoying, and I do apologize for that, but this fight was kind of annoying. And remember, after level 31, you don't have to worry about. To get to level 31 is super easy. You don't even need Smoothie, so you guys can replace Smoothie with another unit to help you guys get around stuff like paralysis. But Kobe's the unit that does that. He also rotates the block orbs into tandem slots. He removes threshold as well. And then that way you don't even need the Bond Clay as well. You can just bring any other color affinity booster. Or if you have Bond Clay, you can replace Kobe with some other paralysis remover and whatnot as well. There is special reverse, so utilizing one of the Marco super classes is going to give you the cooldowns. And with that, you have an attack boost. You can actually activate the super class on turn 1, so you get the attack boost on stage 2 as well. But remember, you do want to hit 3 perfects to easily take that stage out, and then you can just like move on. I'm not sure if Luffy has a better chain boost or Marco does, but whichever one does, that's the one you actually want to use. However, like, you have to like pop one of the Marco specials on turn 1 for that to happen, and you guys are going to forget, like I stereotypically do. But the team should work out quite nicely. Let's move on to the next variation. The next one is versus Quick, and look, people are going to get mad at me for this one, but look, Marco's on his way out, unfortunately. It hurts me to say that, but he's on his way out. Against Quick, Strength X and Quick characters get all the good stuff. You get an attack down of, I don't know what the attack down actually is, but you have to be above a 3.0 chain multiplier not to get that. You get paralysis orbs as well, which is super annoying. On the final stage, there's immunity to everything except poison. Obviously, Rage is what they want you to use here. It's 5 turns to burn, unfavorable orbs, despair on your top right, which is your captain, and if you use a color affinity boost, you lose all your beneficial effects. On defeat, the enemy comes back with 25% of its HP. They do a captain swap to any of your random crewmates for 5 turns, and then after level 31, you get 5 turns of paralysis, an extra turn to burn, and an extra turn to despair. So, super annoying stuff. This particular team, honestly, should actually work quite nicely with a Reiju friend captain. So if you guys want to use, like, Reiju for drops, and then use Marco for EXP, Like, this team will actually work quite nicely, and might be something up your alley if you guys want to try that just for the quick variation. But with double Marco, you have super class with 5 powerhouse units. Sabo can take care of stage 2 nicely. He removes paralysis, so he gets around paralysis orbs. He gives you a chain boundary starting at 3.0 going upwards as well, so that works quite nicely. And then on the final stage, we have a bunch of different supports. You can use Blackbeard on stage 2 as well. And that way you can get the orb boost carryover if you're struggling for damage. But because it's a revive, I would highly recommend using Blackbeard on the final stage, so that way you get the 3 turns of the orb boost and the 3 turns of the base stats. Sanji's also a base stat booster though, so it's not the end of the world if you guys don't have Blackbeard's ability. Or actually, Blackbeard's ability is going to be alive no matter what, so yeah, it doesn't really matter. But on the final stage, Sanji can swap into your captain. He's going to rotate your orbs into recovery, which become matching with him as a captain. You can activate his super class, which gives you a chain boost as well, but Marco should have that for you, because you'll have the carryover effect, and then that way you can actually just keep more damage for the revive. To get around the paralysis on the final stage, we have Jinbei. He also removes burn. He has double special. You do lose a lot of HP with Jinbei, but it doesn't really matter. With his double special, you remove 6 turns of burn, 6 turns of paralysis, and then with the Opera support, you can actually remove 2 turns of despair. Nami removes despair, Lafitte removes despair, which works out quite nicely. And then to get around the special reverse, well, actually, it's not to get around the special reverse, but just to make sure you have your specials ready to go on the final stage, we have the Rakuya support there as well, so that way we get the attack boost with Marco. We have an orb boost with Blackbeard, base stats with Blackbeard, attack boost with Marco, chain boost, chain boundary. You have a pretty good setup here, as well as actually having color affinity with Blackbeard's versatility. All you have to do is hit perfects, which is quite nice, or eat tandem orbs. Sabo gives you tandem orbs on the previous turn, so you should be able to get that versatility ready to go. But if you don't, like, it's not the end of the world. You can easily just use a support for then. And the final variation is against Int, and Marco works well because fighters are actually boosted. So a free spirit powerhouse, they get all the good stuff. On stage 2, there's 5 turns of special bind and a full board of block orbs. On the final stage, you have, well, there's full immunity to everything but poison. You get a 90% HP cut, so you lose a lot of HP here. There is a full board of poison orbs, 8 turns of despair, which is 5 turns after sockets, 5 turns of resilience, and if you use end of turn damage, you lose all your effects and get 10 turns of slot bind. If you use a HP recovery special, you take 200,000 damage, which is nuts, as well as the enemy putting up a barrier for 10 hits for 1 turn. I do believe that happens only if you use the HP recovery special. I really hope that it is, because that would suck otherwise. It might not be because, like, of Gear 5, but, like, and the rush ability, but look, we'll have to wait and see. On defeat, there is a 15,000 death damage, and then after level 31, you get 1 turn of special reverse, an extra 2 turns of resilience, and 1 turn of despair. So the idea here is to get around the block orbs and the special bind. We're actually utilizing a combination of the free-to-play Sanji, as well as Garp. Now, Garp with the Sura support gives you 3 turns end of turn damage, so that way you don't have to worry about that interrupt, plus you remove the special bind on stage 2. Utilizing Sanji is going to give you matching orbs on your adjacent characters, and then we put Bon Clay and Ivankov there because I'm not sure what stage 2's typing is going to look like, so if we need the strength typing, we can switch into Bon Clay. But look, at the end of the day, just put your highest attack boosters there because they're going to hit the hardest. You could put a support on Sanji maybe to do a little bit more damage, but you will have the Marco special live here, so you actually want to use the Marco special and then activate the super class. The reason you want to do that is because you really want to make sure that Marco auto triggers his special on the final stage. If you auto trigger your special, you then get the attack boost and you don't have to worry about the heal. Marco does a 10k heal, which will trigger the interrupt, so you have to be very, very careful there. But ideally, you want to just basically use that auto heal mechanic that he has to auto trigger the special, because there's no despair. Oh, actually, no, there is despair. That's gonna suck. Oh no, this team might struggle a lot. Like, it actually might struggle quite a bit. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to try and find, like, yeah, I might have to go back to the drawing board for this one. But look, wait for the playthrough video for that, because that despair is going to give Marco a hard time and not be able to activate his auto trigger ability. At the end of the day, though, we are going to miss out on an attack boost, which then Luffy becomes an attack boost for. But we could probably replace Luffy with another unit that can give us both an attack and an orb boost. But that Rayleigh support's really, really nice. So let me know in the comment section below if you guys can think of anything that would work quite nicely. Bon Clay and Ivankov do remove the despair. They also remove poison, so that way you don't have to worry about the poison slots. And then with their end of turn healing as well, you don't have to worry about that interrupt too. So that's the Marco teams. Unfortunately, like I said, Marco's on the way out. But if you enjoyed the video anyway, bolt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. If you guys want to check out the Momo teams, the video should be on the screen right now. Make sure to click that. And if you want the all-in-one teams, click on the other video that's right there. Most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are in this beautiful world. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.